name is Tina from Quantum Healing with Tina. I'm a BQH practitioner, spirit releasement therapist, and intuitive empath. And today we're here with Karen to talk about channeling and how that works. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that my turn to talk? No, go ahead.
Your turn. Yeah, it's your turn to talk. Tell us what it feels like to channel.
Okay, so there's several things that can go on in the channeling. Usually if I'm in a heavy trance, I'll just either check out and whatever needs to come and talk through, we'll talk through. So people have gone into trance, so that's kind of like the state before you go to bed, where they're very relaxed. And yeah, it's like an on and off switch. Like I could just set the intention that something's gonna talk through me, and they come. The energy comes in and does it.
So let's explain like what channeling actually is. It's allowing like another spiritual being to use your body to speak through you.
Exactly.
So, right. So you're kind of like moving out of the way to allow them to use your voice and speak.
Exactly.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes. So yeah, sometimes what used to happen, because like I could even channel like when I write. So through that process, usually like an indication for me is my body goes numb. So I get the tingles all over, and then I can just write. All the information just flows into me, and I can just start writing or typing, whatever it is. So it's,
Right.
yeah. And then other times I can just go in, set the intention, and I'll just start talking.
Yeah. So like when you see Karen in a video talking, she's sometimes allowing those spirit beings to speak through her. That's what we call being in the bubble, is being in the trance state and allowing the beings to use your voice and speak through you. The other way of communicating with them is for her to remain in her body and communicate back and forth, like be the in-between between me and them,
Right.
right?
Sometimes I find that's a little choppy. That's why I don't really enjoy, not as much, because I don't find it flows as well as as opposed to them coming in and using my body. So sometimes like I guess they'll have to use whatever vocabulary I know. I mean, they use what is available to them.
Right.
So, I mean, if I use very small words, that's fine because I'm only limited to small words. But yeah, no, they just use whatever. And yeah, sometimes I don't even know. Like, I can't predict what they're going to say. Like, it doesn't work like that where I know what they're going to talk about. I don't know what answer is going to come through or
Right.
what information is going to be transferred. So that's it. Like, it's always a nice surprise when I hear it back, especially if I check out. So I'll step out, go somewhere else. Like, my conscious mind will go somewhere else. And then we hear it back, and I listen to the message with everybody else.
But we always have to make sure that the beings that we are channeling and allowing to speak through you are
Of the
beings
light.
of the highest vibrational light and resonance. And, we have to check and make sure that they are who they say they are.
Yes. So in
Yeah.
that case, like when we have done like things like with my guides, for example, I have checkpoints with them, and for me to know that it's really who they are. And also another way that people have said, like for us to do a check in that case, is to ask them 3 times if they are beings of the light, right? So
Right.
if they get a yes for every answer, then you know, because they're not supposed to technically lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I see it. I see them. And we do the checks from there too.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to share about channeling?
No, I think I'm good. Like, I think that's pretty straightforward, unless anyone has any questions about it. Feel free to ask us.
Yeah. So now we're going to pause the video. I'm going to put Karen in trance, and she's going to bring forward whoever is available to speak with us. So we'll be right back.
and she feels that joy.
Darn it, I missed recording the first minute. So who is speaking?
Gaia.
And she loves what?
The sound of this house, because there's so many people here for a birthday party, and she could hear the laughter. And so she's pulling in that vibration because it vibrates into the ground because she feels the joy.
Mm. That's so cool.
So for me, like my conscious mind was like, oh my God, it's so loud here.
Mm-hmm.
And she came to intervene and say, no, I love it. I love hearing or feeling the vibration of joy and togetherness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear people in the background, she's all in. She's part of that party too.
Oh yes, they're very loud, just as loud as you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Gaia.
Gaia.
Can you?
She's a pleasant energy. She's kind of allowing me to see Earth as it is and showing me the fires that are happening now in Australia. And really saying, like, don't fret. It's not hurting me. And it's not hurting, like, on an outer level, whoever's affected by it. It's a chosen storyline. And we have to go inward and ask ourselves why this is happening. Reconnect back to ourselves, connect back to the earth. It's turning people's heads to see where the focus is, to see where things matter, because if people are going into materialism, what materialism is there if there's nothing there to produce it? You have to come back to the source of it, come back to what really matters. So if these natural disasters have to happen more often to turn heads and to get people to get their attentions to where they need to focus, then that's what's going to happen, and it's going to keep on happening. Don't worry about the earth. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. Just as I know you can take care of yourselves too, if you take the time to do so.
So these fires are to draw attention.
Mm-hmm. Draw attention. Let me be the mirror to you. Where we self-destruct within, I can do the same to show you another way.
You know, a lot of people are very upset about these fires and the animals that are dying.
I take care of my children on earth. They know that there's a greater plan. There's no pain. I do not give pain to them. They're aware of what's happening, why it needs to be done. And if everyone can get outside of the smaller image of it and to see it on a grander scale, we as individuals have a responsibility to take. And we are responsible only for ourselves and what we do, the choices that we make, where we are guided to live our lives. and how we want to perceive everything around us. So yes, if people are being hurt by what's happening on this earth and where the animals are being affected, let that reflect back into themselves. What are we sacrificing within ourselves for the greater outcome of all? We have to focus on ourselves to get ourselves to where we need to go in order to ascend. And we all have to do it as individuals in order for it to work on a collective level.
So it's pointing us back inward.
It's always pointing us back inward. It's everything is mirroring back to ourselves, everything. We always have to look back into ourselves. Not blame outside and what's going on, you know, those people aren't doing the right things and those people aren't. No. Focus on yourselves. Stop pointing your fingers and just go inward. If everyone were to take the time to go inward instead of pointing and blaming, we're losing more time pointing outside as opposed to coming inside. You know that if you are to change yourself or to come back to yourself, just that energy alone is changing the face of the collective. Everyone has each their own responsibility for themselves. And that is all they're responsible for. Nothing else. Yes. And it is my responsibility to show that and mirror it back. Yes, I have to do extraordinary measures like a big fire. But don't worry about me and don't worry about my children. Everyone's in on it. Because they know their souls have given up in order for that message to be sent across for all beings to wake up. It's a collective thing now. We all have our responsibility to take a responsibility for everything that we do now.
So these fires are a wake-up call.
Every disaster is a wake-up call. We're just moving it across the globe, different places, different areas, waking up different parts of the world.
Does it work?
To a certain extent, it gets people's heads to turn, at least to question why these disasters are happening simultaneously and as often as they are.
Mm-hmm. And why is that happening so often?
Because everyone needs to wake up. Everyone needs those 3 days of darkness to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of the event. Mm-hmm. It has to get so bad for it all to come forward. How much more light do you need than a fire to wake you up? We're just burning all the darkness just so that everybody could see. Like, don't worry about me. I can stop it anytime I want, just as I can start it. If that'll get everybody's attention to the right direction, then that's what we should do. It's going to keep happening.
And what should people be looking at? What should people be learning from this?
People need to start focusing inside of themselves instead of looking outside. They're destructing themselves just by creating things that are unnecessary. Greed. Breaking down all of everything in nature to get what they need when they have everything that they need. It doesn't have to be so complicated. It's always so simple.
You mean they're destroying nature to make more material goods, to get more things, to try to...
Right. Everything outside of themselves. When you have everything that you need around you. No one needs more than what they... It's so much more. They don't need any of that stuff. People could survive alone just on connection. That's pretty much what all it is. To be seen. That's why they need their material goods. So that they can stop being so insecure. Because they could feel like they're above and ahead of everybody else. When that's so beyond the point. People need to ask themselves, what is it really that is so important to them? If, let's say, some natural disaster were to happen to them. If you look at the people who have survived these disasters, you see they don't need very much. What happens when you have to grab something from your home if your house is on fire? What do people grab? Usually their family members, their pets, and a couple of, memories, keepsakes, things that matter to them. They don't pick up their TV. They don't pick up their, things that don't matter. You can't take those things with you.
Yeah. So the message is to go inward.
Look at your priorities. What are your real priorities in this life? What really matters to you? And really go into your heart space and ask yourself that question. If you were to lose it all, what do you want to take with you? If money was not an issue or money was not part of the equation, what do you need? What would you need to survive this world?
Well, thank you for that. Anything else you'd like to share?
I love each and every one of my children. And it's devastating to see those that have forgotten the real reason why they had to come here. Everyone gets so lost in what they, in that storyline, the false storyline. It's just a change of perception. If they could really use that compassion and empathy to put themselves in the shoes of themselves in a different scenario where they had lost everything. What is it that you would really need to survive? What is it that you would want to pass on to your loved ones? What is that message?
Yeah.
Connect to the heart space. That is where I always meet you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm going to bring Karen out now. So, how did that feel?
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, like when you were bringing me back up to my body, I was telling you like the soles of my feet were tingling. So that's another sign about from her, because like, the grounding, and also the channeling portion of it with the, what do you call it? Just the not the tingly sensations through the
Mm.
body.
Do you get that? Did you get that tingling through your body with her?
I was getting twitches in my lower legs.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's kind of a way of the grounding. But yeah, it was really cool. Like I didn't know who was going to come through because we had no idea. Like we didn't really plan this video out. We were just kind of like, okay, let's go in and channel. Um, but yeah, I had no idea. Like I was thinking about the ideas, like okay, like, and I'm like, you know what, just go again. Like it's always the conscious mind, like okay, who's gonna come? The pressure of having to perform, and it was just in letting go, and then getting distracted by all the people in the house and getting irritated by that because I'm like, I'm trying to channel here. But then I felt her energy just come through, especially through the feet. And I just felt her, like I saw the earth and how she was just kind of coming through the from her core, going through to, like up on the earth and just grabbing the energy of laughter that was pulling in from the house.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that was going to come through. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So that's amazing.
I was about to cancel it. I'm like, this is really loud. I don't think we're gonna post this on YouTube. But
But it's all relevant. I think it was just a matter of saying like she loves that. Distractions or not. I don't know what you're able to hear from what I said. I don't know. I was letting her come through to me, so I don't know. I couldn't hear anybody after. So I don't know what if you heard anything through the mic.
yeah,
It was
it's
too
really
loud.
loud. I don't know if it's too loud, but I'll have to listen back. But it was really loud. But as it was happening too, I was thinking how fun that is to have all those people there, like just having a good time and laughing and
And
being.
also knowing that the earth loves it.
Yeah.
She's so like she loves it. She feels that connection. I like also she was showing me I was able to like kind of astral downstairs and I was able to see them all doing their opening gifts actually. That's what they were doing.
Mm.
And yeah, I could see like the energetic stuff around everybody and creating like this huge energy thing, and she was just kind of like not pulling the life out of them, but I mean like being part of that celebration.
Oh, that's so cool. What did that
Yeah.
look like?
What, her pulling the energetic stuff?
No, the energy.
Oh, I was just saying like it just looked like light around each individual and then creating like a huge ball around them. So like all their energetic like forces were like coming like intertwining and creating a bigger energetic field.
That's so cool. Really cool. That was the first time Gaia came through, right?
For us, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
anyone. I've never seen any videos of them channeling her. So
Well, we're the best.
YouTube first. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, different.
um,
That's really cool. Like how like it just really we had no intention. We were just like, let's see who comes through. So
yeah.
again, like things could be so unpredictable, and again, just trusting whatever is to come through. Like I don't know what the message she gave. So I would
You
just have
too.
to no. I have to look back, I guess, and watch it. So it's going to be first for me and everybody else.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. That was really fun. Let's do that again.
Yeah, let's see who comes. Well, maybe people could make suggestions of who they want to come through and we could set the intention and see.
Yeah, that's a great idea. make suggestions in the comments down below, and we'll see.
We'll see what comes through.
Through.
Maybe Marilyn Monroe will come through again.
Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell for the notifications so you don't miss any future fun stuff.
Yeah, give us some suggestions.
Yeah, we like suggestions. And let us know what you thought about this video in the comments. All right, guys. I'm sending you so much love. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.